Welcome, everyone, to the Tethys Shipyards Strategic Analysis Division, where we study the conflicts of the past and speculate the conflicts of the future. I am Takeshi Yamato, the Yard Master, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
Today, well, we've covered the Battle of Geonosis from the side of the Republic. Now it's time for Side B.
In this case, you have sided with the Confederacy of Independent Systems, a very young democracy that is, a little bit corporate influenced, a little too heavily for the Federation's taste.
Yes. In this case, you're probably joining simply to try and influence them. I try and influence things a bit more in the way of true democracy.
Mostly by getting the businessmen away from the political arena.
Yes. But things have definitely gone. You've joined a meeting of the various CIS heads of state at Geonosis, but things have sort of gone awry because, CIS forces have captured 2 Jedi and a Republic diplomat. And, Count Dooku has scheduled a kind of public execution for them, and as much as you'd rather try to avoid it, at the moment, Prime Directive, you're kind of stuck. But then the Jedi show up, and a fight ensues.
And because you're there, you are logically assumed to be part of the problem. So you're kind of forced into fighting the Jedi. This is not going to end well for anybody.
Yeah. Because
they will never submit to the Sith.
Lightsabers can definitely go through any armor you have, and can even deflect. And I imagine that since they can block blaster fire nicely, they can also block phaser or disruptor fire.
Though that might be a little bit difficult if you tune the frequencies correctly. After all, paddle beamers can go straight through lightsabers. That's a reference to the Sis of Rook. Not exactly fun.
Yeah. So, that's going to be a nasty fight, even with the CIS battle droids assisting you. And then, whether you corner the Jedi or not, more forces show up, just dive bomb into the area from orbit. The Republic has managed to find and deploy an army of clones.
Cue the clone jokes now.
Yeah. And so the Jedi, the prisoners and Jedi escape, and fighting breaks out across the planet.
And guess who's caught in the middle?
Yeah. You're basically ending up fighting. You have to fight alongside the CIS to try and drive the Republic off, and protect CIS ships as they launch, and honestly try and protect. And as much as you might not like it, you have to protect some of the CIS leaders as they make their escape.
After all, despite the fact that they're probably some of the worst people you've ever met, they're kind of necessary for the running of the Confederate army.
Yeah.
Now, just like in the Republic side, the options are to assist in the defense of the factories, I'm pretty sure Republic commandos are going to have a hard time dealing with phaser rifles. To assist the droid army, or cover the escape of the ships in orbit. The deployment of Sayabov Squadron is not going to end very well for the CIS, mostly because now you're involved. And unlike the majority of Star Wars, which seems to have the suggestion that war crimes technically aren't.
Yeah. War crimes? What war crimes? I don't see any war crimes.
Yeah, you're basically there to actually do the job without, resorting to questionable means. Fortunately,
Yeah.
you have the firepower to do so. At the moment,
Yeah.
at this particular moment in time, the Republic is restricted to using, acclimators.
Yeah.
Venators won't show up for another 6 months.
Yeah. And the acclimators are basically glorified troop ships.
Sure, they have guns, but they're not warships.
Yeah.
So, you must cover the majority of CIS forces and get them the hell off of Geonosis, while inflicting as many casualties upon the Republic Grand Army as possible.
Our base is under attack.
Because whether you like it or not, they're not going to stop until they're dead. And depressingly, they will not accept surrender.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do indeed?
With this insanity, you have officially, and reluctantly, entered the Clone Wars on the side of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Can you actually get them to do things properly? Or are they going to be masters of war criminality as they were in canon?
Well, that depends entirely on how the campaign goes, but this side is definitely going to focus. This side, the Confederacy side is definitely going to. The B side of this campaign is going to be a lot harder because you're going to be needing to do a lot of diplomacy with your allies, just to try and keep them from taking the angle of war crimes. What's that? And what are those? And are they edible?
Yeah, because let's be honest, the CIS's members, they don't like each other.
I can feel you in my head.
They hate each other.
Yeah.
So you are going to be focusing a hell of a lot on diplomatic operations.
Just to keep them from trying to kill each other. And to keep them from letting loose the WMDs.
Yes. So that's the Battle of Geonosis in a nutshell, for both sides.
Yeah.
If you're victorious, you can finally get your way out of there, and we can focus on the fun parts. Notably the space battles. Because space battles are always fun.
Yup. And the space battle, and while we didn't cover this in the A side, I would imagine that no matter which side you're on, Captains Pinkerton and Yamato would probably be involved in the fray.
Most likely in the space battle. They're not very diplomatic.
Yeah. Though I imagine that during the arena fight, Ron could probably make a show up and, well.
He is an X-Borg drone. And, well, Seven still has her Borg shields.
Yup.
So why shouldn't he? Regardless,
Indeed.
that's the Battle of Geonosis. We're going to have to figure out what's next, because this is going to be a very long campaign.
Yeah, we need to figure out what the next battlefield is and what your objectives are on each side, et cetera, et cetera.
This will take some time, which Take is probably going to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.